Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, my name is Denny Daigle. This is Tiny Life Takeover. Just wanted to come on here and announce a new mini-series. I guess I'm going to cut this probably in 3 pieces. We had Rogers and Jenna and Tosh from Pickle Planet Moncton came through, did an interview, and gave me a chance to really explain out the tiny house build, what my thoughts are about the tiny house movement, and just my dad's side of the story. So just really a great way for us to be able to share our story, hopefully inspire others. So I wanted to bring that to you, and I'll also add some inside shots of the final product and how it looks like today. So please enjoy, my friends. Until the next time, God bless. I'm living life a little bolder, putting things in order. My tiny life takeover.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Tosh Taylor.
And I'm Jenna Morton, and if you are watching us, you can tell, even if you're listening, you can probably hear that we are not in the studio. We are outside a tiny house that we are going to tell you all about today, and I am just so excited for this show and for you guys to learn all about this fantastic duo that we have with us as guests today. We want to welcome Denny and Antonio Daigle to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you for inviting us out to your home.
This
is so amazing. Tell everyone about this tiny home that is behind us.
Well, it's a dream come true. The fact that my dad was able to show me how to use my hands to actually build something. I'm a software developer, so I build everything in my mind in the computer virtually, and I had never actually done a project like this. My dad, my whole family, they've built their homes, and now is the time to actually put this to use. So the whole plan of what do you do? I ended up being a bachelor at this season of my life. So I was like, how do you restart your life? Got rid of all my stuff. Then starting clean was like, what is that one thing I always wanted to do? Was to be by the water in a place where I grew up. As a child, this land was my grandparents, my aunts and uncles had cottages everywhere. And I was like, I cannot wait to retire, build a little cottage here. So it was always in the back of my mind. And then as time moved on, I was looking at going on mission trips and seeing how people really were happy with so much less and building their homes with their hands. So that was another reason why I wanted to try this. The tiny home movement just had started, and I was like, this is great, so we can do something. And then I turned to my dad and say, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I'd learned and I'd heard that every tiny home has a dad behind it or a father figure. So this was like, Dad, if I was to do this, would it be all right? And he said, son, like, what is the one place that you could really put your roots down? And I said, well, I grew up bonfires, kicked the can, and just having a good time with my aunts and uncles and cousins. So this was the place to do it. And being so close to the water, there's no way that you can put a foundation here or dig a well or everything else. So as I was researching tiny homes, putting it on wheels so we can wheel this out if anything happens, but just with that constraint of a small footprint, focusing on the view, I guarantee you this is probably the most unique design, because it's not designed to go on the road, it's designed to look at that view. So we'll probably have a chance to show everybody about it.
And to stay,
Yes.
yeah.
So what went through your mind when he first said, yeah, I want your help to build this tiny
Actually,
little house?
I was waiting for that for so long.
There you go.
I just happened to go through stage 4 cancer, and that really triggered me because I had that dream, and I was just waiting. I was just waiting, and I was so glad that he answered the question.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord, for sure. And it's been a blast. It's been a blast, and this is a dream to have a son that lives next to you. This is, by all means, the best thing. The best thing.
So when you were starting the process, what was your first step? YouTube?
No, actually, yeah, we've seen design that Anna White did up in Alaska, and which was one that talked to us. And the first thing was to get the trailer. So we had to buy a trailer, brand new, designed for a tiny house.
Ah.
And once that was done, we got it hauled over here, and then I had to, of course, get the groundworks done and install it exactly where we wanted to have it positioned so that we could appreciate the river. And once that was done, then it was a matter of installing the floor. As I said just a while ago, the floor is 3.5 thick foam that no cold can go through, and it's a sealed unit. From there we built a wall, and step by step.
And then adjusting it to the way that,
Exactly.
that you wanted it.
Exactly, yeah. And we had a blast actually building it.
I think I learned more from, because it took 3 years to build. We decided to just do weekends, putting in the money that we could. And that gave us time, because then he would say, let's try it this way. And then I would say, well, what about this? And then we'd not do anything for a week, work on something else. And then we'd be like, oh, we can do that. And then just learning from him, not only how to use tools and put all the techniques, but just the thinking that went behind it to let it evolve. The same way how he builds homes is actually similar to how I build software. Because you start, you see how it works, you see what's missing, you fix it, you add more components to it, and then with time, it just ends up being the decisions you've made, the right ones, and it feels good because you've built it. And clearly this is a home of memories that every day I wake up and I'm just so blessed that this has been done between the two of us. Friends, family have helped, but it's it's made with these hands.
And you can't put a price.
You can't
on
put
this
a price
home.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So let's talk about specs.
Mhm.
How big is your home?
Yeah, 192 square feet, and one level, except for the loft bed that you get up through the ladder stairs. You've got 8.5 by 24, and on a double axle. So you basically start with the trailer, and you build up from there.
And is there a classification for tiny homes? Is there a size that you can be? There's a size you can go up to, and that's it. After that, you're a regular house.
Excellent question. Apparently 400 square feet.
Okay.
So anything under 400 square feet is a tiny home. This is a tiny house on wheels,
Okay.
which is a certain aspect of it. But anything, gazebo if you want to, or you've got the shipping containers. But yeah, everything under 400 square
Okay.
feet will do it.
And for the size, the trailer is 102 inches wide, so you can't go any further.
Right.
And for the height, you have to stick from the ground to the peak less than 13.5 feet.
Mm.
So you can't go any beyond, so that you can haul it on the road with no other
Licenses and
yeah.
other problems. Yeah. Which is a bit different from a camper, because people will walk in here and they'll either say, this is the size of a camper, why not just get a camper? Well, to anybody watching, I'm sure that you can realize the difference between something that was manufactured and something that's made with your hands and
So
it's
you
solid.
must have heard that today.
Yeah, so many people, but as soon as they walk in, they go whoa, okay, this is much different.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing I want to show people, is that something this small, you're not losing anything, you're gaining so much. So again, getting involved, building it yourself, or just being involved in the process, making these memories, you get to really feel it. It's a home. It's something that you've made. And then the memories that you make, cooking food, and so you don't have to have a little tiny kitchenette. It's a full-size
Yeah,
kitchen.
he's got a massive,
It's a massive
space
stove.
in there. And
Yeah.
in terms of the footprint,
Mm-hmm.
this would be smaller than my kitchen. It feels bigger than mine. The same thing, you walk into the washroom and you're like, oh yeah, if I were to measure this out, it's small. Standing in it, nothing about it feels tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And it does feel like a home. It's not just, oh yeah, this would be a nice showroom. No, you can tell that this is just a place that is filled with so much.